What you need to know before you move out in your early 20s. Everyone thinks and goes on YouTube talking about, yes, like you can do it, save your money, which, yes, saving your money is so important. That's probably the biggest factor. But the other factor is your credit, okay? So if you don't have a good credit score, it's really hard to get accepted in an apartment. It also depends on the type of apartment you're getting and the state you live in. So many people on YouTube are like, oh my gosh, like I saved up 5 times a month rent or whatever, which is amazing. However, we need to consider the wages and the apartments, right? The apartment rent. For example, like something that really helped me move out in my early 20s is I actually saved a lot of money and I invested it. And even though those investments didn't go as planned, I still had money. I think investing in your early 20s is more important than actually talk about. People think that spending money on things that will temporarily make them happy is important, which I don't agree at all. I might have nice furniture, I might have some nice things here and there, and that's because I've had a good amount in my bank account that gave me the comfortability to do that. And it's not that I regret it now that years passed, and it's not that I regret it. It's just like you need to make sure that just because you can afford something doesn't mean you should buy it or anything. You need to make sure that you have that discipline when it comes to your money, because money goes faster than you think, and we spend money so much faster than we make it. And that's something that we are all going to change in 2024. We all know in 2024, inflation is literally ridiculous, and apartments in Florida can go for like $1,800 for a 1 bedroom. And I'm not kidding. And that is the more luxurious side. Now, a crappy apartment, a 1 bedroom, can be $1,100. And I will say those are the minimum wage apartments that you can get into. So there's 2 different types of apartments. There's like minimum wage apartments where like you're making no money and you can live here, and some can be high class and some can be like roaches in it, and I'm pretty sure you don't want to live there. So my biggest suggestion to you is please, if you live with your parents, stay there as long as you can. Like, if you do not plan on getting married in your 20s, stay there when you're 30. Like, that living with your parents has nothing. Like, especially if you are a woman. Like, I just think women should live with their parents until they are married to a man or married to whoever, or like have that financial freedom. I do understand a lot of people are like, oh, like I want to live on my own. I want to do this on my own. Yes, living on your own really makes you discover who your true self is. I will say that. However, it will come with a lot of times that your mental health is just crazy. I feel like people don't discuss the fact that when you can't afford things, it makes you so insecure about yourself, and it makes you do stupid stuff. Like maybe you have a friend that scams and you turn into doing something bad and you ruin your credit now. And it's just things that I have, done, and it happened to me. And it's just always choose the path that is going to benefit you for the future. Stop thinking so short term, because that's going to be a deep hole for you and it's going to be so hard to get out. I had a few friends I had to let go because I knew what I wanted in my life and that long-term gratification. So for example, if you want to purchase a home and never own or never have an apartment, I suggest staying with your parents until at least you were 25 years old to purchase a home. I had this opportunity at 21-year-old to purchase a home, and I actually backed out of it even though I already put my escrow deposit, because I had a best friend at the time that I was gonna live with and I really trusted her. Turned out to be she was a snake and she just did me so dirty, and I had nowhere to go because the apartment, when we moved in together, it was on her name and she just kicked me out to the streets. Moving in with your friends is also like a huge thing that I don't think anyone should do, especially because nowadays it's 2024, everybody is a fucking snake. When I think like that, I think there are some good people, but I think a lot of people are there to benefit themselves more, and which is fine. Like, I understand it's your life, cut out whoever is negative or whatever. But at the end of the day, you need to understand that like you only have yourself. Like, you came in this world by yourself. Another thing is that before you move out, make sure you're looking for apartments like 3 months in advance. Don't look like 2 weeks in advance. I also did this because I was so desperate and wanted to leave, and it was just the most like frustrating thing. Like I cried like so many times. Like I wanted to literally get in my car and just like go in the ocean and just like, yeah, because it's just like a lot of stress happens, you know, especially if you have a lot of stuff like a bed, a vanity, a TV, a whole bunch of clothes. Like I lived in a house before, so I've had many things, and like now I'm just ready to like sell everything when I move out again. So that's something to consider. I also want you to consider having at least $10,000 in your bank account. A lot of gurus on YouTube don't tell you how much you need in your bank account. I feel like proper money is like $10,000 before you even look for an apartment. Make sure you have a really stable job. You should have a stable job plus extra income, just because if you lose your job, you don't want to go freaking out like that. If you lose your job, it's gonna leave you in a position like you're just gonna be so scared, and I don't want anyone to go through that. So this is why you need to consider these things, and consider your rent with utilities. Like don't consider okay rent and then because utilities can change. Like your bill can be $100 for light, and then it can turn into $145 for light. Like it depends. I don't want you to freak out because of those extra $45. You know, I encountered that, you know, and it's because like I like to manage my money in a way where like I know this is this, I know this is that, and I like to budget. And like if I go over, I'm like, okay, what did I do wrong, or how can I avoid this, you know? And like I have always lived with roommates. I actually hate living alone. Prefer to be safe and having male roommates. With male roommates, I lived with female roommates. Roommates can just be very, I don't like it. But male roommates can be very about their business, and I'm very about my business. So if you're thinking about that, just make sure you have a male roommate that literally you guys look at each other like cousins, because it can get nasty, you know, if you guys are not on the same page. With an apartment, I want you to understand that it's going to be stressful no matter what you do. The less stress you can do is like meal prep, make sure you know you have like what to wear for the week. Like this is the best thing that I can tell you. Make sure you like while you're staying wherever you're staying at, like with mom or whatever, start buying like pillows, glass bowls, you know, start buying little things that you may need. Air fryer. I know an air fryer has saved my life so many times when I'm exhausted from like doing whatever I gotta do outside. I don't want to cook and I just pop in something in the air fryer. Like these little things are gonna help you so much. The things that I don't feel like you need when you move in is actually a couch and a dining table. I think those do not need. Some people are like, oh my gosh, and furniture for your room is something that you do not need. As long as you have a bed and like something to hold the bed and like maybe somewhere to put your clothes, which you can use your closet, I think you are fine for the next like 3 months. And then you like save more money, because when you have $10,000 in your bank account and like let's say everything with rent, utilities is like $2,000 that month, like I want you to understand that like this does not mean just because you have your apartment to go and buy a whole bunch of furniture, because one, when you move, your furniture will get messed up. I bought $1,400 furniture and it literally is worth like $600 now because of the damage it has done with, you know, moving in, moving out, taking apart and all this stuff, you know. So I want to make sure that you're not spending more than like $400 on your furniture max. Like that is not a necessity, and you should probably throw that money into investments, into crypto or anything like that. And I do want to let you guys know that if you are having credit problems and you're planning to, you know, move out, buy a home, get an apartment, whatever it is, I can actually help you with your credit. I created a software and it's actually called AI Credit. And this AI Credit software disputes all negative items off your credit report. And I've actually been doing this for a whole entire year. I wanted to make sure that the people I know got in the system and the disputes actually started working. And after the year, I now am taking clients, and I really want to help you guys, because getting your dream home and getting something that you guys always wanted to after all the work, you know, working 40 hours a week or working 60, 70, doesn't matter, and coming home and just, you know, doing something consistently and finally reaching that goal, you want it to be as smooth as possible. Whether it's getting an apartment or whatever, you want it to be as smooth as possible. Apartment, you don't want them to be like, okay, you have everything except your credit. And then that's something that's just gonna make you secure. I'm sorry to say this, but like if you're financially unstable, it will make you so insecure to the point where you literally want to cry yourself to sleep at night. And I don't say this to scare anyone, but sometimes it does feel that way. And this is why I created the software, because it's going to help so many people. So if you have any questions, let me know. I am willing to do 3 free credit softwares for you guys. Can check it out and leave me reviews, because I want to really help you guys in this journey. And I really hope you guys find this video educational, because these are things that I wish I would have known, and things that, you know, maybe if I would have avoided, I would have been farther. Where you are right now is where you're supposed to be type of mindset, you know, and like the positive mindset. But I do want to let you know that there's sometimes things in life that kind of push us back because of the roads and the path we take with friendship, not being disciplined. So all I have to say for today, thank you so much for watching, and bye.